Alright guys, so with the new update coming out very soon, with the maintenance happening in about 4 hours from now from the time of this recording, I wanted to go over one cookie that we still haven't gone over since the rework, and that is going to be no other than Mint Choco. So I've actually been testing out Mint Choco inside of Arena and trying out different comps that might possibly become useful with the new Magic Candy and even before the Magic Candy with the rework. And it is viable, and I want to say that if you guys want to try it out, then please go and do so and leave it down in the comments below how it works out for you guys. If you guys have found any comps that actually work out better than the one that I'm going to share with you guys, then please let me know as well. But here, let's go over the rework real quick. So a couple of things have happened with Mint Choco since the rework. So first of all, the one thing that has been added is the new Mint Gust damage, which is going to be a wind type damage. All right, so we are able to do some extra damage with Mint Choco. We also do have the regular healing that was already here, but the other thing that we have gotten is that we also now get extra healing based on the damage that you deal with the Mint Gust damage. And then we also do have the attack speed, so that is going to stay the same. And the next one is going to be the warm breeze effect. So this is another buff that has also been given, and that's going to increase the damage resist of the cookies by 15%. Also going to add attack speed debuff resist by 15%, and these are going to be stackable up to 2 times for 10 seconds. All right, so you have a maximum of a 30% extra damage resist with 30% extra attack speed debuff resist, which is going to be useful for someone like Wind Archer. And then we also do have a little HP shield that is possible now with the 10% of max HP for 5 seconds, helpful for something like the Avatar of Destiny. And then we also do have the bonus healing effect, which is going to be 11.3% of a team's total attack when stack of 1 is reached for Tailwind. Alright, and also the last thing is going to be the Tailwind effect here. Damage resist is going to increase by 10%, attack speed by 7%, and that's going to be for 10 seconds upon regular attack, stacking up to 3 times. So you're able to get an extra 30% damage resist plus 21% attack speed additional to the warm breeze effect. So his rework is actually pretty darn significant, especially because of the fact that now you are able to combo it with something like the new treasure that has come out for the wind cookies, which is going to be this one right over here, the Cape of Vanquisher. And additional to that, if we go over the patch note that is going to be coming out for the next update, which is going to allow Mint Choco to receive Tailwind buff at the beginning of the battle, and upon using his skill, he's going to increase wind type cookies attack and heal the allies according to the number of his Tailwind stacks. Alright, and then additional to that, you are able to change the Mint Gust to Mint Cyclone, which is going to send enemies flying, and they are going to take increased wind type damage, and their attack will be decreased. So it does focus more towards the offensive side and allows your synergy with Wind Archer to be actually really good. But there is one thing that a lot of players are concerned about. So if you guys already know, that Mint Choco right now is going to be one of the best support type cookies to be used for Avatar of Destiny. However, with the new wind type attack increase as well as attack decrease debuff happening for the skill, we might see the Avatar of Destiny team kind of change, and a lot of people are kind of worried about that, as well as not liking the Magic Candy because it is going to either effective negatively on the guild boss battle or just not affect anything for the guild boss battle right now for Avatar of Destiny. But that is going to be a question that needs to be answered when the actual update comes out with the Magic Candy, so we'll test that out. But I just wanted to show you guys how this cookie works as of right now inside of the World Exploration as well as something like the Arena, and share you guys the team that I have been kind of testing. Right now, Mint Choco is going to have a regular attack, all right, as normal, and then now we're able to also increase the attack speed and deal some extra damage with the the Mint Gust here. So let's go into the battle real quick. So you can see the regular attack is still going to be there. All right, but once you guys do use the skill right over here, you're going to be able to summon this new little gust, and it's going to send the, damage out to the enemies, also healing your cookie depending on how much damage you're actually able to deal. You guys can see, right, that it is going to, deal some damage, and you know, you're gonna have some of those effects, and additional to that, extra damage resist and all those stuff. So let's go into the arena now, and I'm gonna show you guys this cookie actually in battle as well. All right guys, so this is a team that I have been personally testing now, and it has been shared to me by WolfyGen. However, the things that have changed for this particular comp is going to be that I like to use this right over here, the scroll, instead of something like the whistle, because of the fact that it does increase the overall healing of all of the cookies as well as the attack of my cookies as well. Of course, I do lose out on some extra damage resist as well as the crit percentage, but because of the fact that, you know, we're gaining so much damage resist already from the actual, you know, robe and the, you know, tailwind effect and things like that, I thought it would be better to increase the overall attack. And we are using the new Cape of the Vanquisher, and it is going to increase the overall attack speed everybody by 35%, as well as the wind type cookie by 55, making it at 90%. We're also increasing the damage resist by 17.5% with the extra HP shield for 10 seconds in the beginning of the battle. So if you guys look at the overall toppings, the toppings for fitness here is going to stay the same with the focus on damage resist as well as cooldown. Our Dark Cacao is going to have a 3-second start here instead of the 2 seconds, because I actually do want Mystic Flower to use the skill first here. All right, and then we're going to have the 3 seconds right here start for Dark Cacao, focusing on damage resist as well as the cooldown. And then for Biscuit, cooldown, dark damage, and damage resist bypass. And then for our Mint Choco, it's going to be a solid almond build. So the build that WolfyGen actually shared with me is going to be a full-on cooldown build, but I just thought it might be better to allow Mint Choco to survive the beginning of the battle, allowing you to continue to use that skill to increase the attack speed of Wind Archer. So I'm going with the damage resist, extra cooldown, and for the Biscuit, extra cooldown as well. All right, and then Mystic Flower stay the same here with the damage resist as well as the cooldown with the 2-second start. And our Wind Archer is going to be using a full Raspberry build with the focus on damage resist as well as attack speed. And the Biscuit, as you guys can see, is going to be max damage resist bypass, allowing my cookie to have a total of 51.9% damage resist bypass with the skill, separate from that. So let's go into the battle here. If you guys do verse a Stardust though, I do recommend to use the Holobaron Royal Necklace just so that you get that curse protection, alright? But here we go. Alright guys, so this one, it does most likely look like a Mystic Flower plus Wind Archer here. Creepfire actually does really well with Wind Archer, so let's see if we actually win this battle. Alright, so I was right on this. It is going to be a Wind Archer plus Mystic Flower here. So we have... You're going to be able to see Wind Archer actually just attacks so fast with the new effect, all right, with the Mint Choco effect. But you guys can see right there that we do lose out on a bit of the healing right here because of the fact that they do have the feather as well as the vial, all right. So now they do have an increased crit resist right there as well. And right here, Creamfare is still alive, which is going to most likely make us lose this battle. I want to say this is most likely our loss. Actually, never mind. Somehow our Wind Archer did get rid of the enemy Wind Archer. So there are times where I do lose in that situation where Cream Ferret is actually protecting the Wind Archer. But this time around, it does seem like we are going to be able to take this victory here. The combo of Feather and Vial is actually really strong. And I personally would recommend to use these two. But right now we're trying out a Mint Choco team. So you guys can see the healing is actually really small. But the main effect is that you're able to buff up Wind Archer and just really have him burst down the enemies really quickly. Both of us are going to be at that 0-star promo right here. And in the end, it really just comes down to the Biscuit effects and the skill rotation as well. All right, guys. So this one looks like possibly a Wildberry comp still. We'll have to see how this one turns out, but let's go into it. So it is going to be that Wildberry comp here, and this time around, we're going to have no real revive, so our most likely Mystic Flower and Mint Choco will die off pretty quickly here. All right, but actually our healing is pretty good here. And you can see if I put it at 2.5 times speed, Wind Archer actually attacks like insanely fast. Like this guy just goes bonkers. Like you can just see right there with all of the tailwind effect, with the Mint Choco effect, with the robe effect, it's actually pretty darn insane. So you can look right over here, 30 million damage coming out. Of course, this is going to be a tankier team with a bunch of healing, so that is going to make sense. But yeah, I mean, even without the feather and the vial, we're still able to really do well against this team, and even without Stardust actually here. Alright guys, so this one does look a little bit different here. Possibly a Wind Archer, possibly a Moonlight, possibly Stardust, or something like that. But let's go into this battle here. Alright, so it's actually going to be a Wind Archer Moonlight comp. One of the comps that I did share with you guys as well, except they are using a Cream Ferret here. So you can see right there, our team actually does get bursted down super quickly because of the fact that they have the Moonlight weakness debuff plus the Cream Ferret plus Wind Archer. So you can see that the burst damage actually still just kills off our entire team really quickly. So in case like this, something like the feather and vial would most likely be a bit better. And in my opinion, with Mint Choco using the skill so slow with a 4-second cooldown, it does make it so that, you know, Mint Choco's effect is just not very beneficial. Even with a full solid almond, like with Moonlight just bursting down the back lane super quickly, and then, you know, Dark Cacao and Wind Archer is just bursting and just wiping the team. So it does have this effect of like, hey, it does work out on paper and it does seem very beneficial on paper, but as of right now, it's not as strong as you guys would think. All right, and we're most likely going to have to test this team out again and with different treasures as well to see if Mint Choco actually will be a quote-unquote, you know, supportive meta cookie for someone like the Wind Archer that we have gotten recently. Alright guys, so Mint Choco definitely has received a significant buff with the rework, and it's going to be receiving even better things with Magic Candy. Of course, it still raises the question, will it affect the Avatar of Destiny or not? Will it be affecting it negatively, or will it just not change anything? But in the arena side of things, it does seem like Mint Choco possibly has a benefit of being used inside of arena teams with Wind Archer, especially with the tail buff effect coming into place in the beginning of the battle, allowing him to become more tankier. But yeah, we'll have to see how this one turns out once the update rolls through. But if you guys have anything that you guys want to share with me regarding Mint Choco Cookie comp that might possibly work or is even working right now, please let me know down in the comments below. But if you guys haven't checked out my Wind Archer comp videos as well as the review, then please check out in the screen in front of you guys. Thanks for watching.